Hello, Serpent Reality, and welcome, Casey. Hold on 1 second. Let me get Casey something. Casey, there's the link. Hello, everyone, to the reunion of season 8. Tonight, we will find out who wins, what, and we'll have fun awards. We'll talk about everyone's games. We will simply have a good talk, a good convo, and let's get things started off right. Hello. No, thank you. Let's get things started off right by welcoming back our Let's get things started off right by welcoming back our pre-ghosts first. And the only pre-ghost that could make it tonight is welcoming back to the floor, Brett. And next, we are welcoming back the ghosts of the season, the people that have the sole and final say of who will win season 8. Welcoming back ghost number 4, Tristan. Ghost number 5, Jana. Ghost number 6, not a rock, but a Roxy. Welcoming back the day that didn't make it to the end, Mr. CJ. And finally, of the ghosts, let's welcome back to Tanner. Not the Tanner from Friends, or... Okay. And finally, let's welcome back our finalists and one of our future winners of Impulse, starting with Marvin. Next, we have LJ. And finally, we have Lilith. 2 villains, 1 hero. Who will rise to the top and win Impulse Season 8? Find out right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Zoom. Some of you have been here throughout the whole game, and one of you just so happened to be here for one night and was a one-night stand. That person being Brett. We love you, Brett. Everyone that is here played a phenomenal game in some way, shape, or form, whether it was getting first boot and playing phenomenally on getting the first boot card, or whether you are sitting in the end and you played the phenomenal game of social skills, strategics, or comps. All of you have played your hardest, fought your hardest, and here's where we lie. We lie with Lilith, who played one hell of a game, was on top of most of the moves made this season and tried their hardest no matter what came their way. We have LJ, who is what we would call Lilith's right-hand man, making moves right along with Lilith, pushing plays and making things happen in the right direction. And then we have good old Marvin, the person that we could all say is the real and true underdog of these two. Marvin really had no real connection with Lilith and LJ. They may have been in alliances together, but we know LJ and Lilith were not fully with Marvin. Marvin had to stay on top to make sure they are sitting where they are tonight, winning competitions many times when they were down and out and could have been walking out the door. But Marvin sits here with Lilith and LJ, the dynamic duo of the season. That being said, Ghost, you do have the final say of which one of these 3 will win tonight. They will plead their cases in many ways. You will ask them many questions and get to the bottom of who deserves to win. Ghost, I do feel it is respectful that you are always off camera unless it is time for your jury segment. So if you are a ghost or a pre-ghost, please remain off camera unless you are being spoken to or asking questions. Finalists, you may remain on camera as long as you wish to. I do not mind. To get things started, however, we will start with opening speeches from each finalist. Before I do that, I will randomize the order you will go in for final speeches. Or for opening, sorry, excuse me, for opening speeches. So give me 1 second. LJ Marvin. I will click this one time after sharing my screen. Basic. There's not going to be any sound, so I don't know why I clicked that. That's the wrong thing it's showing. Okay, can you guys see random.org? 2. Ignore that. All right.
We can see Google.
1 second.
I can only,
Is that better? Question mark when it loads. Lilith, LJ, Marvin, these are your finalists. Let's randomize. Hitting it once. We have Marvin going first, Lilith going second, and LJ giving the final opening speech. For final speeches, it'll go in the other order. So it'll be LJ, Lilith, Marvin. Sorry, Lilith, you're stuck with second every time. That sucks about being in the middle.
how long
right,
are
so
those opening statements?
2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to talk about game or whatever. I don't care. Just talk for 2 minutes or 1 minute or a minute and a half or whatever. Okay, your time, Marvin, starts now.
Well, hello, I'm here. I really don't know what to say right now, essentially, since y'all are going to be asking questions, and I'd rather get to my point and what I have to say to you guys when you guys ask your questions. So, I mean, that's all I really have to say right now.
All right, thank you, Marvin. Next up, we have Lilith. Lilith, your time starts now.
First off, I want to start off with a quote. Winners don't just wait for chances, they take them. I'm just asking that you guys, for all 3 of us, are here with open ears and open minds. I know that there are some people who are upset. I'm hoping that when I talk in my speech, that there will be like better understanding to why I did the things that I did. During all games, I look at games like a literal game of human chess, that not only do you have to think in the moment, you have to be 1, 2, 3 steps ahead. Something that may be a little iffy here could benefit you in the future. And if something seemed a little iffy, I hope that you guys are willing to hear out why I did and had those couple of steps ahead and what I was going for. I think that I worked really hard in this game. I aligned myself with who I needed to align with. I literally had conversations and connections with everybody here, and even people pre-Ghost. And I knew who I needed to work with in order to like propel my game. And I knew who I needed to talk to. I know you guys very well, not just as people, but as players. So I kind of know what I need to do and how I need to position myself in the game. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to talking with you and hearing your questions. Let's see. The only thing that I have to say to close it out is I came here to fight. I came here to take chances, take risks, to thrive, survive, propel my game, conquer, and I came here to win. Thank you, guys.
Lilith, and finally we have LJ. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, first I would like to thank, all the players and the host for taking the time out to do the game. I think we are very well deserving Final 3, and I would like everybody to be open-minded and hear our games and let us answer your questions, accordingly. So I'm looking forward to everything, and good luck to everybody else.
All right. Thank you, LJ. Each ghost will have 5 minutes to question, deliberate, and try to understand games better from the 3 finalists. We will go in starting order of when ghosts were voted out. So that does mean, Tristan, you being the 4th juror here, you are the last or the farthest voted out, so you will have the first 5 minutes to ask questions. Tristan, are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right, your 5 minutes begins now. Also, hold on. Just so you know, Tristan and everyone else, it doesn't have to be questions. You can make statements. Okay. Your 5 minutes starts now.
Well, first of all, hold on. I haven't been able, can't really turn on my camera because I'm at work, but I will for 1 second show you guys my face because I think you deserve it. Hello. Anyway, congrats, Final Three. You guys did fantastic. As the only person this season to be wheeled out of this game, I do have to say I am honored that none of you guys voted me out. I don't think I even got any elimination votes, which for someone like me, that's pretty damn impressive. So when I was like talking during the round table last night, honestly, when I said what I said, I was honestly tired, so I didn't really care what I was saying. But I do have a couple questions for each. Well, really the same two questions to every single juror out. The finalists. Sorry, I'm screwing up my words. It's been a long day. The first question I want to ask all three of you is, what is one move you have made that have secured your spot in the final three? Lilith, I'm going to let you go first.
I'm okay. Mine is kind of obvious, I guess, but I'll explain it a little bit to get to that where I used it. So mine is using that revive power. I got that power during the egg smashing because I think I was the first one to do it. So I got the revive power. My biggest move was actually not just a moment, but the entire game, because I got that early on and I was able to keep that through the entire game, being the first person in Impulse to save it and successfully use it to get myself into final three. But one of the rounds where, particularly where Tanner and Janelle went home, I could have went after Marvin. I could have, but I decided it was better to kind of do something a little bit different there. That way, I didn't know if Marvin had an idol. If Marvin would have had an idol, that round could have went totally. If I would put him up, that round would have went totally different. I could have ended up not only using my fire idol, because that fire idol CJ had was mine. I gave it to him. I would have had to use my fire idol, and probably next round I would have had to use that revive power to stay in the game. So being able to play that round like I did strategically, saving that fire idol to give to my allies to use in the next round once I was in final three.
All right, thank you, Lilith. LJ, you're next.
Okay, I think one of my biggest moves in the game was strategically staying aligned and being in an alliance setting. My final two was obviously Lilith, and I think one of my biggest moves was at the point where I was put up the first time. I was able to play my idol and talk with my allies, including you, Tristan, to have a plan and implement it, because we stayed on top of that the whole game. So I think my strategic value was more of my strongest suit in this game, challenge being second and social being last, because I'm not afraid to say, I wasn't that much of a social person here. Like outside of alliance sites, settings, I barely, talk, but I improved in other areas.
Thank you. Marvin?
So when it comes to big moves, I know for a fact that I didn't make one. I did win comps, cool. But the thing is, it's just, you don't have to make big moves to get to the end, because the moves that I kept trying to make, Lilith kept trying to block by keeping the one person I was trying to get rid of, because I knew for a fact that they had a connection with Lilith. And round after round, it just so happened and Lilith was saving them. But the thing is that I just try to make small moves and try to navigate being here and there. I mean, as we all know, there were nights that I didn't show up that I could have gone. The only person that took a shot at me was you, Tristan, which I 100% respect. And I feel like you were the only one that had, your visors open or whatever, seeing me as a threat, because I have played this game before. And sometimes making big moves to get to the end is not something that needs to get done.
All right, I do appreciate that. Thank you, Marvin. Now, my second question to all three of you is, who would you say is your ideal final three? Like, any two people that you wanted to sit next to from the either from the beginning or sometime during the game, or if you're just satisfied with who you're sitting next to right now, you can say that. That's fine. Lilith, once again, I'm going to let you start.
Yeah, in the middle of the game before you left, you were my final two with CJ. Once you left,
Sorry to
my
interrupt,
final-
Lilith. Hold on, pause. This
Okay.
is Tristan's last question. Tristan is out of time. I will let everyone answer, however. Go on.
Once you got willed out, Tristan, LJ was always right there, like with you. I would consider y'all equal, but once you left, like it made it fixed my like dilemma of choosing between you two. Like it's sad that you left, but honestly, that did kind of fix what I was like. I was just so torn with you guys, and it's so sad you left, but I was like, okay, well, now I have what I need, and it's the way it worked out. So CJ was always my number one, and then you and LJ right there together toward the end. It was LJ.
All right, respect that. Now, LJ, and then Marvin can finish it off.
At the beginning, my final two was Lilith, and then when the game progressed, there was a final four between me, you, CJ, and Lilith, and my ideal final three in that situation was CJ, Lilith, and me.
Okay, so for me, I took the game round by round. So I didn't really necessarily think about the end game like around this time when I knew that I wanted to go against the best at the end. And when it came like after you left, Tristan, the thing is that I always saw myself sitting at the end with Lilith and Rox. And if one of them didn't make it, it would have been LJ. So this is pretty much the ideal three that I would have seen.
Sean, is it okay if I say something real quick to finish it off?
Go ahead.
I do have to say I am really proud of all three of you, especially after Fire Skull exposed my entire alliance to the main chat, which was pretty dumb, in my opinion. That was so stupid. But nonetheless, the three of you got to where you are, and you should all be very proud. No matter who wins or loses, you should all be very proud. Thank you, guys.
Okay, sorry, I was taking notes on something. You'll see later. Next we have Janelle. Janelle, give me just a second. This time you'll hear the timer go off. Sorry about that. Janelle, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Congrats to all of you. You did good. I only have one question, and I'll start with Lilith. Girls first. Why do you think you are most deserving of the win over the two people you're sitting with?
Okay. I think that I covered all my bases of my goals in this game. I was extremely social. I literally, most of the cast, I somehow was able to fit into everybody's plan, or at least that's what I was being told. Sean said I was in, and it's not in a bad way, but I was in every alliance but one. I know some of those alliances, a few of us got kind of added to it, but it progressed into something. I made so many, I'm excited when we get to the speeches. I made so many moves in this game. I made moves I was undercover, some of these moves. I wasn't out in the open I'm a villain, right? I think being a villain isn't always being out in the open, doing something, getting blood on your hands left and right, slashing here and there, blindsiding people left and right. I think a true villain is someone that can stay undercover, get shit done, and be able to get their game and get them where they need to be. But yeah, and I finished with, I had how many? I had 4 idols once I got into final 3 that I didn't need. So I gave them to my allies and had them use them for some, like I had a plan. I was like, hey, I'm going to give you my idols. Can you do this for me? So even once I was in final 3, I was still getting stuff done. And then I think that, I just pushed myself. There's only going to be one winner. People are going to be upset. But in the relationships where I might have upset someone, I feel like I was able to correct that and still establish that connection and relationship after something happened. And the main thing is, every vote that went down, I was kind of in the middle. I was over here hearing Marvin and SP and Fire Skull, what they were doing, but I was also over here. Roxy was in the middle, but she got kind of like called out for it. I was able to stay there, nobody knew. So not only was I hearing all the votes, I was able to take that and make a decision and do something, make a move that helped my game and helped my allies' game. And that's the biggest thing, is I didn't just do things for me. I did things for other people to help them, because that's truly what makes me happy in games, is not just things for myself, but for other people too.
Just so you know, I knew you were in all those alliances. Marvin, go ahead. Same question.
So why do I think I should win over these two? When it comes down to it, I feel like LJ and Lilith played a game like this, like they were part of every move together. And I'm pretty sure, like, Lilith did say that LJ was like her number 2, their number 2 next to Tristan, sorry. But like when it comes down to it, I was fighting left and right. I'm pretty sure I didn't receive any votes all season against me that one time that I was on the block or up for, to be killed or whatever you want to call it. But I feel like the thing that brought me to the end was just the smallest wiggle room to get here, even if it was from LJ, Lilith, even you, Jane. Like, I understand that I've come after you like week after week after week, but you also got to understand is that I didn't have connection to certain people, and those were the people that I was willing to cut out first. And when it comes down to it, I am quote unquote a hero, which is complete bullshit. As we all know, I play this villainous game. I will call out people when I have to call them out. I will say what I have to say. I'm not scared. And I think that's something that I believe makes me stand out compared to Lilith, who's more on the, in the background doing what they need to do. And at the end of the day, I just think that I did play an underdog game. I was the person that was always on the outs, and it could have been because I didn't have any social connections, but yeah.
LJ, same thing, bud.
Beef was
Can you hear me?
timer ending. So Jano, this is your last question. LJ,
That's
finish.
fine. I only had one.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I think I deserve to win over the 2, most definitely because I played more of a well-rounded game than those 2. I didn't have to be all out there. I didn't have to be all drawn back in. I was able to get to the end without having any successful votes cast against me, playing an idol the first time and blocking Roxy's vote that was for me. So I was in a lot of alliances, and I used the hero power to my advantages to possibly tell my allies, hey, I'm saving you. I was able to save you, J Neil, and take you off the block. I was able to save CJ, proving my loyalties to those certain people. And even when we got on the call the first night, we kind of made more of an active personal alliance, and it propelled our games. We're still here on the Ghost and stuff, and the finalists are most of these people. And that's why I think I deserve to win this game.
Thank you, guys. Good luck.
Roxy, you are up next. Let me get my timer, please. All right, Rox, in 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm going to make this short and sweet. Lilith, I applaud you for being the only one who would want to take a shot at me. Marvin, my final two, I'm very proud of you for sitting there. LJ, my buddy, you'll always be my buddy, but you're sneaky as fuck. So I want to know not why you guys need to win, why you guys deserve my vote. Lilith, I'll start with you, honey.
All right. Yeah, I figured I was going to go first. Yeah, Roxy, I did. I took a shot at you. I heard early on that you were after me. I didn't know if it was true. I kind of tested the waters with you. I never got a true feeling. So yeah, when the time came, I not only took a shot, but you didn't see it coming. And yeah, I did that. And then once that it didn't work out, but with that vote and after all that stuff happened, it kind of did work out because I caused 2 people to use big idols. It like went into an idol war after that, literally. Yeah, I don't know. And then whenever you did go out, yeah, the fire idol I gave to CJ. I gave 2 vote blocks and a vote still to LJ. He used that to block Tanner's vote. Yes. Yeah. So in a way, once I was even in the final 3, I took you out, and I don't know. It is what it is. I hope I have your respect. I hope that you just see it as a game move, and that if you were in my shoes, you would have done the same damn thing, girl. That's it.
I do respect that, and I did see it. And I did see it coming because I knew you were tight with CJ because I told the other 2 about it too. Marvin, let's hear it, baby.
So why do I deserve your vote? Well, to be completely honest, I did have this bond with you. I will admit that. But there were certain points I'm like, what is going on? And we spoke about it. I'm like, what are you doing? And then like, I feel like after that, we made this connection and I felt like we were on the same page. And the reason, and I can guarantee you, the other 2 can probably guess this, the reason I had you stick around longer than what they wanted was because I knew once you were gone, they were going to start coming after me. And like, it's not a good thing to say that I was using you like as a number, but also I was knowing that you were also going to be a shield for me at a certain point, because I know I needed it. You and I were pretty much alone. And at the end of the day, we knew these powers were coming out left and right. So I'm like, I need to win these comps and make sure that me and Rox are good and we're safe. And I did it until the very end when, you went.
Your best play is when you use the fire idol and put me up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thought. LJ, baby.
I think I deserve your vote because out of the other 2 finalists, I think I was able to be social with you and also trick you into trusting me and me giving Lilith the information so that could propel both of us to go for you, because I thought y'all 2 were close, because I thought I was on the outside of that when we had a final 3 at the beginning. Because remember, we made that deal early on. That's been almost a month ago now. I think that was one move, and I was able to get your trust somehow and also have a foot out of the door and able to run and you not see me.
That is true. We did have a final 3, but I also knew you're drifting closer to Lilith. So when you started drifting that way, also pushed me closer to Marvin. So we started drifting that way. Me and Marvin had a final 2 since I think when SP went out. So, Oh, this is going to be tough. I am very proud of the final 3. It's actually my ideal final 3 if I did not make it. So it is very fucking tough for me. And I love all 3 of you. And I respect all 3 of you guys' gameplay. I do. No hard feelings. No, it's all game. I love all three of you. Good luck, guys.
Next is CJ. CJ, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. First off, I want to say congrats to the three of you guys. I don't really have questions, basically statements. I'm gonna try to get it all out because I only have 5 minutes apiece. First I want to start off with LJ. Much love. On a personal level, I respect the hell out of you. The only problem I have with you as far as game moves is Lilith was basically the puppet master that pulled your strings, and you did basically everything that Lilith told you to do. You did form an alliance with me, Lilith, Tristan, and at that point, I went against you guys, and I was the one that actually flipped and got Caleb out of the game. That was my move. Secondly, you had the chance at the end, before you were selected to go into the audience as the third member, to take out the other big threat, which was Marvin, but you chose to go after Tanner. To me, that was a very weak move, especially considering you said in your pre-speech that your final three that you wanted was me, Lilith, and you. So for that reason, I don't see any possible way that I can give you my vote. Lilith, fantastic game. I seen every move. I knew about every move. Thank you for everything you did for me. I tried to help you as much as I could in the game as well. I think you deserve to win this game. You played the best game overall. Good luck. Marvin, Mr. Marvin. So you won 9 competitions. Impressive, but not really, because Lilith won 9 as well. And then you labeled Tristan as the huge threat. I love Tristan. He's a great competitor. But if I wasn't such a big threat, how come you came after me 5 rounds in a row? You eventually beat me by 1 number at the end. And like in any other org, competitions can get you to the end, but you had 0 conversations with me. Not one. It was the same thing last season when Tristan was sitting at the end. I could not give Tristan my vote because he never reached out to me. Me and you if we had any conversation in the game, we could have been a powerhouse. But did you ever reach out? No, you did not. So with that being said, if you guys have anything you want to say back to me, obviously my mind's made up, but I will hear what you have to say. I'll start with LJ.
Okay, so hitting back on what you said, in the situation of the challenge, it was more self-preservation on my end. I didn't specifically go for Marvin because he could have came for me, and it was self-preservation, and I got myself to the final 2 of that, but I obviously didn't win it. And for Marvin to be sitting here, I had a phone call with Lilith, and we both agreed if it ever came down to it, Marvin would, possibly be in the final 3 with us. So either way it went, I think I had a plan on each end. So I think that was a good move on my end.
Lilith?
I just want to clarify that conversation didn't mean that we wanted Marvin here. It was a possibility with the way that those last 3 comps went. We ran through 8 different scenarios on the phone of what could possibly happen, this and this and this. Right. I got my notebook. This game, I've covered 20 pages in that notebook. Yeah, I think LJ, I think for that, and I just want to address with LJ in that move. I believe, wasn't it that Marvin only needed 1 more?
That's correct. It was 2. Okay. He had 2 on him. Yeah.
So I will agree. I was confused about that too. I actually have asked LJ about it.
Yeah.
Because all Marvin needed was 1 more, that would have guaranteed that us three would have been there. And I
Right.
do feel like that was kind of a mess up.
Right. And at the same time, LJ, speaking on that, with you playing that vote block, once I seen what you were doing in that comp, it was a toss up to me on the vote between you and Rox. I literally almost flipped on you and voted you. Marvin, I'll give you your chance.
Okay, so I know you had mentioned why I was coming for you for like 5 rounds, and I said it when I responded to one of the answers earlier. It's because I knew that Lilith had a connection with you. I knew that Lilith would always save you. And the thing is, I needed to cut Lilith's numbers down because I know if Lilith still had their numbers, I would be the target time and time again. And then that's why I was saying that that's the reason why I kept winning comps, because I knew I wasn't safe unless me or Rox or even Lilith, won comps, because I knew that Lilith wanted to have somebody else take the shot at me instead of themselves. And that's the reason why I kept coming after you round and round, time and time again.
All right. Good luck, you guys.
Just for the sanity of everyone and the ghost, because this could sway ghost, I hate to be a stat fixer. However, Marvin has 10 wins. Lilith has 9 after finale night, with Marvin winning Codebreaker, taking him up to 10. Sorry about that, but that is something I had to address, as I always would have. And with that stat fixer, I will go to Tanner, the final ghost. Tanner, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm just going to say congratulations to you all in the final 3, like the 3 I was in an alliance with. Congratulations. You guys were tight with me. My question is, what did you guys do? How did you guys help me so you guys can get where you're at? Lilith, you could start.
Yeah, Tanner, actually, during this game, your name came up as a possibility to be on the block. You and Janelle actually were like the two where people were just throwing it out left and right. And I was like, listen, it's not the time. It's not the time. Like, we have a good connection with Tanner. And CJ, LJ agreed, like, we all just clicked. And you were somebody that we wanted around for a while because I'm speaking like on behalf of myself, but I think LJ and CJ felt the same way. I knew that I could trust you. I knew if I came to you and said something or was needing information, that it was going to be a mutual thing. We could trust one another. There were situations where certain people wanted you out in the game. I came to you. I told you about it. We got a plan together, me and you, and we fixed the situation. So I think, doing that and getting that relationship with you and that bond with you, that trust, having you be there, not just for me, but for my allies, and also us being able to have you there for us. It really did help our game, especially toward the end. That whole end, let's see, after Tristan went home, that point on was very important to have you there. And I'm glad that we did.
Okay. Marvin.
Well, I did use my fire idol to save both you and SP because I did see both of you guys as allies 100%, and that's without a doubt. And I know I did end up putting you up later on, but that was never the intention for you to go home. It was for CJ to go home. And when it comes down to it, I'm going to go off of what Lilith just said. They said that they wanted your name and Janelle's names were getting thrown out. I will say that Lilith was one of the people that came to me and said at some point they need to go. And that was when Janelle was still in the game. And Lilith tried to get me to put you and Janelle up together. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And that's why Janelle and CJ kept going on the block together, because I'm like, I'm not doing that to Tanner. I'm like, I needed you here in the game as long as it possibly could. So yeah.
LJ.
I think you being around in the game was not only an asset to me and also my allies, as Lilith said. You were a very trustworthy person from the beginning to the end. You were a good player. You placed fourth. You deserved it. You deserve to be here. And, you were a good ally. So I respect that from you. And that's one reason why you were a good ally and deserve to be in the game.
Okay, thank you. I have no other questions.
All right. We are going to take it to the finalist again. Let me find a good sound. Hold on.
Lilith over here going to use up all 2 minutes.
Is that good for y'all?
Yes,
I like that better.
that works better.
All right. I did not mean to set that off again. I'm sorry. All right. So you guys will have 10 minutes to plead your final case. You don't have to use the whole 10 minutes. You can use 5, 4, 3, whatever. I forget what I said yesterday, but I'm pretty sure it was 10. So yeah, do what you will with that 10 minutes. Remember, we are going in reverse order. That does mean LJ, you will start us off for final speeches. 10 minutes starts in 3, 2. Why should you win the game?
Okay, so first off, I would like to ask myself a question, why do I feel like I deserve the game? I feel like I deserve to win this game because I was, well-rounded in all the aspects. I lacked socially, and I'm not afraid to point that out. But I did have alliances to back that up, even if we didn't talk one-on-one, or if it was very frequently, we always were on the phone in an alliance setting, and it was more genuine that way. And some of the moves I felt I made was, in the beginning, I put a few confessionals in, and like not even 2 or 3 days after that, the VL granted me an idol, and that saved me the round I was up. And I was also able to obtain a vote block from the TikToks. It was the theme of the season, whatever, like you did villain or whatever, I believe. And then one of my allies, Lilith, gave me the vote steal and 2 vote blocks that I used to save myself. And then the VL did grant me my spot here in the final 3. I got here without not a single valid vote cast against me in the whole season. I think I won 1 lifeline, 2 hero comps, and 1 cardio. I think I had a good social connection with all my allies, and it helped prepare my game. And I think that's the reason I deserve to win.
All right. Next up, we will have Lilith tell us why they should win this game. Give me 1 second. All right, Lilith, your time starts in 3, 2. Why do you deserve to win?
All right, so I'm just gonna talk like straight up with you guys. I've put a lot of hours and work and stress and everything else into this game. When I play games, I analyze everything. I analyze each player. Not only do I know you guys personally, I've watched you guys play several games, most of you. When I watch games I'm not even in, I'm watching how each person plays the game. I have, like, it's a joke, files on people of exactly like what moves they're gonna have, like just how they react to certain situations. There's a few wild cards in this game. I love wild cards. I'm one myself because I like how it's a compliment to me because you never know what I'm going to do. And I appreciate that. Roxy for sure is a wild card. And I love being able to see how I can navigate and go around people that play similar to me. So yeah, the very first round where I actually targeted someone and took them out was round 3 with Bailey. Like, Bailey just wasn't giving me anything. Like LJ said, like, I mean, I was on calls with some of you guys for, I don't know, like if you probably 50 hours this whole game, like left and right. Like I literally did not have a social life outside of this game. So yeah, that Bailey vote, he just wasn't giving me anything. It did not propel my game, sadly. Bailey had to go. And you know, I do admit, like, the vote with Tanner and Janelle, I will say it was brought up by Marvin. I did go to Marvin Tanner about putting you and Janelle up, but that wasn't because I really wanted to. It was because I was finding out how Marvin would react. So keep that in mind. Sometimes when you hear your name somewhere, it's not because you are really the target. It's because people want to know how others are going to react and how they're thinking in their game. And that's what that was. Every single vote, every single round, I knew exactly how the votes were going to go. Like, I literally would write out everybody's name, get information from everybody, and see how the votes were going to go. If there were a round where one of my allies were in trouble, I did what I could to get around that and take them off. I was safe. Like, y'all never had a chance to take me out. I won Lifeline every single round besides one. And that's where Roxy had the cups. With the cardiologist, I won 2 of those. I purposely threw a couple of those because my allies needed to win those. I knew I could win the Lifeline, and I needed my ally to be the person to, like, get the blood on their hands. I mean, like, we all do it, right? I would say that my social game is amazing. I always, like, I have full confidence in my social game, and that's not to brag, but that's just who I am. I love to talk to y'all. You know, texting is cool, but I like to get on cam and talk to you guys. Like, I like to see your face and just have a actual intimate conversation. My strategic game, like I'm talking paperwork everywhere. If y'all seen the meme of the guy with the paper on the wall and the strings connecting all the things, like the dots, that's me in my head and how I sit there and do every single round. I lay everything out. I assess every situation, lay it out. I go to who I need to go to, get a plan going, and I make sure that everybody's on the same plan and that we're cool to go. And that's what we did, technically 11 rounds, because the final was 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, every single round, like, I knew what was going to happen, except one, where Caleb went home because CJ flipped. Yeah, Caleb was not supposed to go home, but hey, that's fine. It kind of worked out a little bit in the end. I didn't want to see Caleb go. I know a lot of
5
people
minutes remaining.
Huh?
5 minutes remain.
Okay. A lot of people were kind of like, they are a threat, get them out. But I honestly was working with Caleb. But I knew Caleb would have to go eventually. Let's see. Some of the things I wanted to say. So yeah, in this game, I had a total of 7 idols. And I got to, counting the revive, 7 idols. I got to the end not having to use 4 of those and gave them away. I gave them to the people that I knew would do what I wanted them to do with it. Nothing against LJ's game, but I will say that a lot of the moves that LJ was making, I was orchestrating. And so I would kind of tell LJ to do it, and he did it. I'm just being honest. Yeah, so I influenced a lot of the votes. The saddest vote for me was the Janelle and Tanner vote. Honestly, Janelle, like, I'm just addressing you here. The reason that had to happen, I did not know where you stood. I was trying to get a connection with you, and I feel like it only got to a certain point, and then I don't know. Honestly, for me in my game, I felt like if you did not go there, you could possibly team up with Roxy and Marvin and come after me. So that was my worry, and I felt like I had to do what I had to do, and I'm sorry that I had to do it.
Can I respond to your statement, Lilith?
Hey, hang on. Yeah, I mean, oh, and Tristan, I wish you would have. I wish you would have got there. I wish you would have used that water idol. I was waiting to that last minute to play that friendship idol on CJ, and it's sad how it turned out. But yeah, I think that ultimately why you should vote for me is I've literally dedicated the last month to this game. I've reached out, I've made connections with you guys. I've made genuine, oh my gosh, friendships with you guys. Every single thing that was happening in this game, my hands were in. And I know that sometimes it is good as a villain to be out there in the front and just cut throats. But honestly, like, you know, after Roxy and did that, a lot of times, yes, I did make the moves through other people and got them to do it. But at the same time, I think that's what makes a good villain, is not just being out there crazy left and right. Like, that's a good way for me to just get out of the game. Y'all would have literally gotten me straight out of this game. So I did what I had to do, and I made the moves I had to make. I made the connections. I stayed safe this entire game.
1 minute remains.
I feel like I played a really good, like LJ said, well-rounded game. And I took risks. I met my goals, and I got here. Thank you.
All right. And last but certainly not least, we have Marvin. Marvin, are you ready?
Ready as can be.
Okay. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so I will admit, out of the 3 finalists, I probably had the worst social game. I know for a fact Lilith and LJ did talk to people throughout the week all the time. I didn't. I was constantly busy with work. I was just busy, but when I had to be there, I was there. And at the end of the day, life does come before a game, but when I need to be, present for stuff, I was present, except like a couple times. Another thing is, when it comes to my strategic game, coming into the game, I already had a target in mind. I took that person out when I was said that, I was coming back into the game, or coming into the game per se. Morales decided to make snarky ass remarks, and I'm like, no, I'm not having this. And if you know me, if you're going to make snarky ass remarks towards me when I'm not there, you're going to be the first person I target. And I mean, Jeffy can attest to this because it happened in All Stars as well. Another thing I don't really understand, I have played this game 4 times. This is why I say that Tristan definitely respect his game, because he was the one that was willing to take a shot at me and get me out of this game, knowing that information about me. Now comes the part, like the comps. I did win comps. Did I have to? Yes. Did it make me a target? Yes. Was I always a target? Yes. I was a target from the moment that I came into this game. So it was always going to be an uphill battle for me to get here. And as much as I know people are like, well, you don't need all these comps to win. You don't need all these comps to get to the end. Yes, I did. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I was fending for myself, because everybody else had already had these connections with each other. And the only real connection that I had coming into the game for sure was SP. And that's because he and I came into the game together. He and I found out that we were going to be coming in as Twist at the same time. And I mean, I suck at these, but at the end of the day, whatever happens with this vote happens. I'm going to respect whatever decision y'all make, because you have 3 good finalists. Lilith, well-rounded. LJ, well-rounded, which, he did admit social lack right there, but I'm the exact same way. I lacked socials, and that's all I can really say. So I do want to thank every single one of you, because without you guys going when you guys went, or, just not being part of the jury phase per se, I wouldn't have been able to make it here. And yeah, I just want to say that, and good luck to LJ and Lilith.
After 35 comps, 83 votes, 13 alliances, 2 house meetings, 19 cardios, 15 lifelines, 10 heroes, 38 patients, 32 powers, and 12 weeks of hard, endured competition. It is officially official to crap. Wait, what? Huh? It is officially time to cast the votes for Marvin, Lilith, or LJ to win the season. Each ghost will be called into the NDR one by one to cast their sole vote for a winner. The winner with the most votes will win the title of Soul Impulse King, Queen, or They, and will have $50 donated. Was it 50 or 100, something like that, donated to the charity of their choice. Let's get to the voting. Again, we will go in the order of farthest to most recent ghost. So that does mean Tristan, you will be the first person to cast your vote. All right. All right. Also, of course, as always, there is to be no talking period during the vote. Marvin, to answer that, everyone that is here will have a vote. No one here has a vote, unfortunately. All right. Please no talking. We will be back momentarily with the votes for a winner.
Good luck, y'all. No matter who wins, I'll be happy.
Same.
And also,
I know who's winning this season. None of you do, but I surely do. I have the votes. Once the votes are revealed, the person with the most votes will be the next and lead cardiologist of this season. Good luck, Lilith. Good luck, LJ. Good luck, Marvin. By a very, very close vote of 3 to 2 to 0. Lilith, congratulations. You are the next winner of Impulse. I cannot be any more happier with the winner. While I was fighting for Marvin to win, and I really wanted Marvin to win because of the connection I've had with Marvin in this game, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy, and I could not be even grateful for someone like you to win my game. You spent hours, nights, weeks, days on calls, fighting to the punch, making sure this step was done, that step was done, and fighting through and through to make sure you sat in this end, but not only sitting in the end, you conquered and you made sure you were the one with those 3 votes to win this game. And I am so damn proud of you. And I'm so damn proud of the game you played. I don't care what anyone in this world says. Lilith slayed this game, period.
Yes,
Now,
they did.
We're not done tonight. You'd think we were done. We got a winner, woohoo. But I want to do my diligence with all of you. And we have, I think it's 23 awards to give out tonight. So let's do that.
Lilith, I love you and you deserve that, baby. And the only one who had the balls to come for me.
Well deserved, Lilith.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
I did do some people in the org community proud.
All right. So let's get to the awards this season. A few things before I start. I want to say thank you so much to not only myself, but Casey, Scarlett, sorry about the name, and Andrew. Without all of us, this game would not be where it is today, and it wouldn't have happened the way it did. With all the twists, the turns, the powers, the fun, the chaos, the mess, the wild ride that we all just took in this season would not have been able or capable without you 3 and myself. Casey, as always, thank you so much for being an amazing, wonderful, and outrageous co-host. I literally couldn't be any more thankful for the co-host that I have. Scarlett, the updates, magnificent, bravo, great job. And Andrew behind the scenes, making sure all rules were followed at all times, did a fantastic job, stayed on his toes to make sure everything was being done accordingly, made sure hosts were in proper aligning, made sure decisions were made upon everyone and not just one person, did a fantastic job. Love you, excuse me, was reading Marvin's name. Love you, Andrew. Love you, Scarlett, and love you, Casey. But let's get to the awards. This season, we have, I think it's 23 awards. It may be 25, it may be 60. I don't know. I don't remember. But we have awards for all of you.
Don, since you didn't say it, we love you too for hosting us.
Everyone almost here has an award, I believe. So let's get to it.
Hey,
The
Sean,
first award.
quick.
Wait, yeah, go ahead.
Look at the title after season 8.
Heroes. Oh, I've done that like 50 times. It's okay though. But you know, it is heroes versus heroes. You know, we're all heroes in our own.
Leave it up to Marvin to point it out.
Anyways.
Everybody is a hero in their
Also,
own
I just want to
way.
say, Team Villains on top. We did it, y'all. Thank you, Lilith. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I won predictions this season. That brings me to something. 1 second. I have to fix something on here.
If it was any villain, Lilith made us proud.
Oh, I don't.
Against
Yeah,
two
I think we
heroes.
all played. I think we all played our roles this season, especially
LJ,
me, Rox,
I
and
wanna talk
Lilith.
to
We
you.
were the top.
Actually, it was one
What's up?
hero and 2 villains.
I still ain't talking to LJ. Oh, we smoking together again?
Yes.
I did stick who I was working with.
My smoking buddy.
I used that as my advantage.
I missed the shit out you, bud.
Casey,
What?
Not even gonna
what
lie.
3 did I have correct? I know Lilith.
CJ and Zach.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we interrupt y'all?
Okay. All right. Let's
He's
get to
looking at
the
his
awards for
notes.
real now. All right. I think I'm ready. Casey, you good on everything? Everything look right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. All right. Is it loaded for everyone? I didn't edit that because I don't care. Someone give me a thumbs up if it's loaded. All right. The first award goes to a host. The award is host prediction winner. Yayo, it's me. I got 3 of you bitches correct. Lilith, CJ, and Zach. I knew Lilith was going to win this game from the very, very start. No doubt about it. So proud of you again. CJ,
Congratulations,
this place
Lilith.
is not a bad placement. I just didn't think you aligned correctly. And that's why I put you at 5th in the first place. And then Zach, good old Zach. Oh, there's so much I could say, but I'm not. All right. Moving on to
Thank you,
best,
Zach, for saving me during the triple.
moving on to best alliance name. Drunken Dildos. And this
Oh!
features Lilith, Tristan, and CJ. I'm dead.
Dildos.
This is better than Suicide Squad. And fucking
Yeah.
put up-
Tristan.
The next award is also an alliance award. but
Not
it
you
is the
forgetting
best-
me, and I named that alliance.
I know.
Oh my goodness, LJ.
You're on there. Hold on, you're on there. I just didn't zoom out enough on the writing. Sorry. Hate to be a heartbreaker. Anyways,
Okay,
moving
let's-
on.
Let's settle
The
down.
next award is Best Alliance Strategically, and it goes to the Force Squared. Lilith, CJ,
Ooh.
Rocks.
Fuck yeah.
That's a good name, actually.
You
I would've thought
guys
about that.
literally kind of slayed. 2 of you sat in the final. You were all pretty much in the end game. Did perfect. Didn't stumble. And you guys got the winner of the season in your alliance.
We got top 6 butts.
All right. Your next award, Most Underrated Player of the Season. This is based on host predictions. Me and Casey, I think,
Wow.
both put Tanner as first or second boot. Tanner did really well this season, honestly.
And
from
I did
mine and
some of
Casey's
the people in the org
perspectives,
community proud. Like Caitlin,
we
a few
thought
other people.
Tanner was going to do really bad, and Tanner did really well. So we're proud of you, Tanner.
Very proud.
That's a good thing. It means
Thank
people
you,
have
Sean.
underestimated you, and people underestimated you, and you proved them wrong.
Yeah, I
You
did.
outlasted a wild player.
Your next award, Comp Beast. Obviously, we've already talked about it tonight, but it is Marvin. I don't think we need to talk about that.
Yeah,
I think
Marvin
it's pretty
killed those
obvious.
comps more than I did.
That
Hell
comp
yeah.
piece kept my ass safe.
The next award, duo, the Rainbow Mafia, Lilith and Caleb with a K. Didn't expect it, but they did really well while they were in the game together. While Caleb was a little shady, they still stayed strong and they really played each other's strings really well, stayed accordingly, and tried to fight together. The next alliance, Team of the Season. Let's go, Villains! Yes, we did that. Yeah, we did.
of course.
Yeah.
On
I did
repping.
play both sides.
Let's
with them.
go. Thank you all.
We
for a
all
great
played
season,
both.
Villains. Love y'all.
I was
so
in the
much.
middle too.
That does mean I win that award because I was Team Villains and Casey was Team Hero. Anyways. hate to be
Heroes
a
won in my
haunted.
heart.
Oh,
We still
Okay.
took
Casey, I
the
did you proud.
Heroes have the most heart.
all right. The next alliance. Ooh, the next award is Rival of the Season. Fire Skull versus Lilith, CJ, Rox, LJ, and Caleb. Need I say any more?
has so many rivals. How do you have so many rivals?
He took out our alliance.
That was kind of messy, but that is the best rival of the season. The next
Seriously.
award is Socialist. I feel like Lilith and Caleb were both really social while they were in the game together.
Lilith
Yeah,
was
Lilith
in every
like,
chat.
Really
Lilith
slayed
reached out to
and
me
was
the
became
great
most.
as
socially.
social as they could, and they tried to
Like,
fight as hard
like
as they
Lilith
could with their
said good
voices.
morning to me. She said like hi.
Um,
She said how are you?
They.
The amount of calls that we were in together, it was just no wonder you got that one. Like, and it's not
Yeah,
even just
we
talking
stayed
about
on
the
the
game. Like,
phone
we also had like
forever.
personal. It's not even just about the. Like, we don't even just talk about the game. Like, we talk about like stuff that's going on in our lives,
Oh,
which is a good thing.
All right, your next award is biggest move. And unfortunately, there just weren't any real big moves this season. A lot of
None of
people are
us
going to
did it.
disagree. I'm so sorry, but you all had boring moves. Were they big moves? Maybe yes, but they were boring. They were so bad. I mean, did you make moves? Sure. Were they good? Were they big? No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
That's
agree
how
with
I
that
felt.
in the
That's how
finals.
I
was still-
never
I
won
try-
a single
I
party
tried.
this, but I did
I
win a
tried.
lifeline.
That's why I said
You-
what I said in my speech.
Well,
Nobody had the
listen,
balls.
Y'all could have made a big move getting Marvin and Lilith out of this game, and you didn't target either of them. Either. Tristan is the only one that targeted Marvin, and Rox is the only one that targeted Lilith. Other than that,
The only one
they
who had
weren't
balls.
targeted. It was. What do y'all do? Anyways, the next award, this does have something, is the worst move, and it is Fire Skull exposing the alliance because of Minnie. This literally
Yes!
caused the full downfall in the game. What was he thinking?
And he also upset me, and I cried.
We said it would, Lilith. We said it would.
Seriously, like I never told anybody this, but in my mind, I was like, I've never seen anyone play this sloppy my whole life.
Other than me.
And
Like Fire Skull
and
was so.
and
Fire Skull
Tristan,
was-
Tristan, you felt it when I cried, like when during that.
All
Oh
right,
yeah.
your next award is moment of the season. The fake fight that ended up being real drama. Okay, so listen, the first house call was a fake fight. It was fake. It was staged. It was planned. But then it ended up being real drama because Fire Skull ended up exposing the alliance, and shit got deep. But that was literally the moment of the season because production
Dummy.
also thought that fight was real, and we were kind of not.
Well, besides,
Lord,
I knew
I
it
thought it was real at first.
All right, so one of the jurors outperformed the
Lilith,
rest
I
in
love
their
you.
segment, and this next award is for best jury segment, and the best jury segment goes to none other than Tristan. Tristan, we felt like you
Good
brought
job,
the punch in your jury segment. It was really fun and relaxing. I loved it.
Thank you.
Of course, with the best jury segment, we need a best final speech.
It's
And before
Lilith.
y'all get all mad at me,
It's
I have an
Lilith.
explanation, but it is Marvin. Lilith was, I love you, Lilith. Don't get me wrong, but I felt like your final speech was too choppy and not as well-rounded as your gameplay was. It just wasn't what I expected you to bring. Was it a good speech? It was a good speech. Did it get you the win? It did, but it just wasn't the speech I was expecting. LJ, need I say more? You literally interviewed yourself, and that was kind of boring, and no offense, love you. And then there's Marvin, who was just like kind of, quiet in his speech, but knew what he was trying to pull and knew how he needed to get the point across to the players. Did it work? Maybe not, but it was a good speech. All right. The next award is most raw. I will say we had one person put this at first, and then they decided to say the game was rigged, so we changed it to Bailey. Bailey was pretty raw. If it wouldn't have been Bailey, it would have been the other person. I won't name names, but a few of you know who I'm talking about. Anyways, Bailey kind of could have done better. Unfortunately, Bailey just didn't get to play as well as we thought he would, but we love Bailey. Bailey's an icon. All right. The fans voted on this one. I had no say. And the fan favorite of the season with 61 votes is none other than CJ.
Good job, CJ.
Yay.
Two of those votes were for me and Casey, so don't get
I did get Nikki to vote me and Lilith, and she did.
Your next award is Best Confessional. The only person that, other than Lilith, the only person that gave us confessionals was Caleb. And the only reason I gave this to Caleb over Lilith was because Caleb kind of just had like this funny or a aura to them. I don't know what it was, but Caleb was always doing something stupid, whether it was drinking ketchup and water or whatever it may have been in their confessional to get attention. They were literally doing it.
He
and
said
it was
yes to that
great.
on episode 1.
But he did it in a confessional.
Drinking ketchup and water. He said
also
yes to
smashed the egg on his head in a confessional. He made jokes about it in a confessional. He
Yeah,
did it all
he
in
said yes
confessional.
to that as well. And I didn't say yes to that.
But it was great. We loved Caleb.
They-
Anyway,
I didn't.
my favorite is next. Yay! I love my favorite. And you know what? One second. My favorite was picked for one. And only some of you will get this joke. Lilith, you get this thing. So I'm just gonna say the name. And if Lilith gets it, Lilith gets it. But my favorite is Tristan. Tristan, I loved you. I thought you were great. Lilith, did you get that joke? Did it fly? So,
Oh yeah, Sean did love to have all of us.
Tristan, I loved how you played, but not only that, but I loved getting to see your face every single day. You're an amazing person, amazing player, and just amazing, period. So I'm more than happy to call you my favorite.
I did in the bathroom at work just to play.
The next award is obviously Casey's favorite, and that goes to Caleb with a K, who is not here. Casey, do you have anything to say about that?
No, I mean, you kind of already said it with the confessionals. And I just loved Caleb's energy. Every time I would get on a call, Caleb was always just out there and just always had like the energy. So that's why.
Okay. All right. So am I muted? No, I'm unmuted.
No, you're good.
Phew. Okay. Next, we have Scarlett's favorite, who is Marvin. Scarlett, anything?
I just think Marvin played an amazing game. I think Marvin always plays such a great game, gets to the end and loses, and it's kind of depressing. I was really hoping, but I'm also not mad because I love Lilith. I feel like my two favorite people of this season were in the end, and obviously someone else. I couldn't choose one person based on the fact that they're someone else's favorite, so I chose Marvin.
And that other person's favorite is about to be explained now. The favorite of Andrew. Hold on, I'm trying to find his explanation. Okay. Andrew's favorite is Lilith. Andrew's favorite is Lilith because Lilith is simply Lilith. Lilith, that's such a mouthful. Lilith is an icon that brings energy and fun times. Stand Lilith forever. Is Lilith even here? Did Lilith leave?
Yes, they
No,
are.
I'm
They're
here.
here.
They're still here.
I don't see. Oh shit!
They're just speechless.
Back. I think
Well,
you
we
all
know
probably
Yeah,
it's
saw
me and
it.
Lilith also played Impulse
But,
Survivor, and she
um,
made
They
it
were
farther than I did.
stunned.
Your next award is
Or they.
Best Under the Radar Game, and it is Lilith. Not only was Lilith under the radar, but Lilith played a really good game. None of you, you can say you did, you didn't. You did not know Lilith was in as many alliances as they were. They were literally in every alliance but one. But one, okay? You all didn't know that. Don't act like you did. because
Lilith
I
did
will
enjoy
call
working with
bullshit.
me, though.
Lilith was under the
I mean,
radar.
all of you
but
guys did.
well-rounded
especially
for
you,
an
Rox.
under the radar game. And I'm proud of it. The next award is King of the Ghost. And I call it King because they are a king. It is a guy. Don't freak out. Anyways, the King of the Ghost is Fireskull. Fireskull, the first ghost. And that is the only reason we give someone the king is, or king, queen, or they. If they're the first there, they get it. So yeah, there's Fireskull for you. The next award is All-Time Hero, and I'm not mad at this, but I feel like it was Tristan. Tristan played a really good hero game, and I really enjoyed Tristan's energy as a hero, and Tristan played a hero. Tristan didn't play a villain. Tristan stayed true to his role. It would have been Marvin,
Yeah,
but we all know Marvin's not a real hero.
I stayed true to my rule when I saved Tristan.
Anyways,
That's true.
Sorry, Marvin.
Yeah, Sean did
But-
say, we do have to like play our roles. So I think I played my role in one of the best ways.
Marvin was a hero until he villained me.
All right. The next award before the final award, it was 26 awards we gave out, is all-time villain. And duh, who else would it be other than the winner, the icon, literally Lilith.
Lilith did really play her role.
Like
she really played her role when she said
Yeah.
that people were gutting for me, which I believed you, Lilith.
That's funny.
All right, and finally, the last award. I don't think we need to say it, but here's my explanation for why I don't need to say that I wanted Lilith to win, because I knew Lilith should have won. Lilith, you are the player of the season. You are the one that deserves to win. You are the one that outplayed everyone. You're the one who made the points. You're the one who fought. You're the one who stayed on call hours of the night. Whenever you had to be on a call, you were on a call. You were getting other people on calls. You played what I would call a Jeffy game. And that is not a bad thing. A lot of people are like, a Jeffy game? What? No, you stayed on call all hours of the night, whether it was 5 a.m, 3 a.m, 2 a.m. You were on call, pulling strings in some way, shape, or form, just like Jeffy would have been. And that is what we call period who. All right, so awards are given out. This is the section where I'm going to give you all a chance to say something, anything you would like to say before the last part of tonight and then the ending. So if any of you have anything to say about the game, any likes, dislikes, whatever, now is your chance. The floor is open.
This is the second game that me and Lilith were in. Like we met in Impulse Survivor. We were on different sides, and I knew how much she loved me on Impulse Survivor on that season. That's Trilogy Wars, and I met up with her in this game, and like Lilith, you stayed true to your word. You wanted to play both sides with me, and we did. You achieved that goal.
Voting chart sent.
Thank you, Tanner. Yeah, I really enjoyed you, Tanner. And you're super funny. A lot of people don't get your humor, but I do.
Oh, I get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny.
Any other comments before we
Sean.
move on? Oh.
Don't you mention that wheel, Marvin. I swear to God.
No. Did I seriously not get I did not vote a single time this season.
I don't know. The awards are out. Or the voting chart's out, not the
Well, because the only
Oh.
time I actually voted was J-Nell, and J-Nell blocked my vote.
Right.
So
yeah,
I did not vote all season.
Yeah.
Oh, I
The
just
only
wanted
vote,
to,
the only vote I received this season was CJ's. So the one that took me out that I give credit to is CJ. Lilith, I know
by the
you
way,
gave me
guys,
power, but
if you weren't already in the Impulse/Impulse Survivor alum chat, you're being added now. Any other comments about the game?
I would like to say congratulations to Lilith. You deserve it. You were the only deserving winner in this final three, I feel.
See?
Because
I mean, thank you. I feel like we were all like equal. I actually think that Roxy.
This is one of my worst performances, I will say. This is one of my worst performances in orgs, and that's really hard to say, but it was.
I've watched you play before, and yeah.
Yes, I was not
Welcome to
social,
mine
and
right
I'm
there.
usually a dominant social player.
That
and
is true.
yeah, because of work now, I'm growing up, I'm living life. I'm not able to socialize much because of work. So, because I work 8-hour shifts, it gets hard. But yeah, this is one of my worst.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Yeah, welcome to life. But congrats, Lilith, and I love you from the
I
bottom
love
of
you
my
too.
heart. We have a relationship outside of this game, so
And
you already
Lilith,
know how we rock.
Lilith, your heart sank when I was voted out in in Impulse Survivor.
Yeah, that was a hard game.
I will say Lilith was probably the only one who had the balls to cutthroat us all.
I mean, true.
She had the balls to cut through us all except me.
See, at the beginning,
honey, I'm going to tell you this right now.
Y'all should have seen
She came
Lilith.
to me and told you you're going up next there, sweetheart. So to watch, she had you too. Or they had you too. They had us all fooled, okay? I'm not even going to lie. Dude, trust me. Because before you and Janelle went up, they came to me and told me that you guys were going up next.
Yeah, but I explained that. That's
yeah
how y'all were, you and Marvin. Because toward the end, like y'all were pretty much a pair. So I would go to Marvin and ask, and then I would go to you and ask. I'd get a little bit more from Marvin than you because sometimes I was like, I just don't know. Like I didn't know exactly if you were truthful with your answers or not. Like
I was truthful to a point. I told you what you needed to hear instead of what you wanted to, or vice versa. Because for the simple fact is I knew you were going to go back to CJ and tell CJ and then back to LJ. So I told you what was out there already without telling you my game. So when I told you something, I went and informed Marvin that what you were doing.
But I was still going to try.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why it was so tricky the whole time, because even the last round, like Lilith called up me and CJ and implemented 8 different plans before we were even on the call.
True.
And CJ can attest to
LJ
that,
also came to me and told me,
coming down to the wire. Yeah.
LJ, what did you say? You came to me, and I think I told.
I threw Lilith up under the bus, and I was on the phone with them the whole time. Yeah.
LJ came to me and told me that we should do Lilith next. And that's probably when my game backfired, because I told him flat out, let's fucking do it.
All right, besties. So we're not here all night. Let's get to the last 2 things. First, do any of you have any questions about your gameplay for me? If not, I'm going to talk about your gameplay regardless. So you might as well ask if you have the questions.
Can you send me the voting chart personally? Because I want us to have it.
I want to know.
We've sent the voting chart to every chat, so you're in the chat that it's sent to. You can say
I want to know if I did better than what you thought I was.
Rox, you did do better than what we thought you would. But for the simple fact that we thought you would be inactive, not because we thought you were a bad game player, that's why we didn't give you most underrated player of the season. Because not Fire Skull asking if it's reunion time as if it wasn't reunion time.
I know Zach's asking me the same thing.
Don't answer Zach. Ignore Zach. Thank you. Anyways, yeah, I think you all played good games. However, wait, are there any other questions before I drag some of you right now? Because I'm about to drag you, and I'm not going to be sad if you get butthurt. So be prepared.
I do want to ask, did I ever meet any expectations of what you were expecting from me during the game?
During the first episode, Tristan.
Somebody sent me an invite to the Impulse page.
Why are you not on the you fool?
I'm on the Heroes Villains one, but not the other one.
That's the only one, fool.
Yeah, fool.
Yeah, fool. All right, Tristan, you did meet expectations. More so for me than Casey. I thought you were gonna get 10. Casey thought you were going to get 7th, yeah.
Ooh,
so Casey was
close.
Pretty close to your prediction. And I was pretty far. So Tristan, you did meet expectations. Looking at the connections I had already known about, so like the Lilith, CJ, Rox, Tara, them guys being friends, LJ, all of them. I knew they were going to be a tight group. So I obviously placed them lower on my predictions because I thought they were going to do the best, knowing they were a group of friends. So I based it off of that. However, I didn't expect you to get as far as you did. So you really surprised me, and you would have gotten even farther had it not have been for no one having votes and it having to go to a will.
Yeah, I wish I
no,
played my
everyone
water
being
idol, but
Any other questions
But-
before I drag
Oh, yeah.
you?
Oh yeah, Tristan. I remember the first episode back. When I planked you, you were like, "That was cold, dude," and then you bluntly said, "I'm going to remember this."
I did say that. Yeah, I was just like surprised. I was like, "Hey, dude, we're heroes, even though we're not in teams." But it was all good.
You wanted me to
John?
be Lilith, Roxy, or
I can't read this. Just out of
Yeah, I ended up-
curiosity, in week, I guess 7.5.
Yeah.
Which
I
ones
did say I
actually
would
voted me out?
remember.
What? When?
7.5. When it was me and Caleb.
7.5.
The only votes I got were to save from I saw from Lilith, Tanner, and
4 to
Kat,
4 to
which is
3.
surprising.
It was, yeah,
It
4
was
to 3.
Lilith voted you. Rox voted, or what?
Tristan, Lilith, and LJ.
Lilith, Tristan, and Caleb voted you.
How did Caleb vote? He was on the block with me.
Yeah, that was LJ in that spot because CJ's the one that flipped the vote.
This is a Casey question, not me. Ask
Casey.
Casey that question later. Later. Not right
Okay,
now.
okay.
All right. Any other questions for me about gameplay? All right,
Get
cool.
to
I'm
the
guessing there are
drag.
none. All right. So first off, I'm going to start with Brett because Brett is here. Brett is the only pre-ghost here. Brett is also the first bill. There's not much to say about Brett's game. Brett, I love you. However, you didn't do as good as I expected. And I'm kind of disappointed in you for getting first bill, but I mean, you had no control. So I won't be that mad at you, I guess. Who was next out? After Brett, it would have been good old Tristan. Good old Tristan. Tristan, I don't want to drag you for the simple fact that it was a will that got you out. However, we do know that if you did stay, not because of a will taking you out, you were literally leaving the next round anyway. So it wouldn't have mattered. You were leaving at some point. You were going to make it to the end. But I think you did have a great gameplay. I think you were strong, and I think you could have won if you would have made better connections. But your connections kind of lacked, in my opinion. So here you do sit as the ghost number 4. Next,
Yeah,
we
I do have a problem with that.
We have Janelle. You know, I would say something bad about Janelle, but from being a removed player into a very good player, you know, nothing bad to say about Janelle. Y'all tried to target Janelle and flopped. So honestly, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Y'all couldn't get to that fool me twice. So sucks to suck. But Janelle, you played a great game. I'm so proud of the game you played. And had you have did even better, I think you could have gotten to the end, and I think you could have gotten third or second. I don't think you would have won just because of how many times they had you put up as a patient. And I feel like people would have been like, oh, well, Jano could have Jano that. However, I do think you would have been a good second or third placer.
Thank you. Even though I didn't even get a reward.
There's not an award for everyone. Your award is my love. Ghost number 6, and I am dragging this player. Rocks. Why would you be dumb enough, I should say, to try and target somebody like Lilith without numbers, knowing Lilith had connect? What are you thinking, child? Who are you? With what numbers? Yourself? I don't think that works, Bill. And I'm sorry that it didn't work, but I'm also not sorry because Lilith did that. Lilith kind of slayed you. Whether it was CJ or Lilith's move, Lilith still slayed you, period. And that's why you're ghost number 6 and not winner number 1.
It was a frenemy battle.
Ghost.
They swung at me first.
Ghost number 7, CJ. You know, CJ, you talked about how LJ was with Lilith in every move, but so aren't you. What moves did you make solely on your own? Question mark. I think you were probably farther in Lilith's pocket than LJ. Shame on you. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You really shamed yourself. You should have probably jumped with Rocks, and you probably should have taken Lilith out and became a number with Rocks, as well as LJ, but you both were stuck to Lilith, and it probably wasn't your best move. Because you, LJ, and Rocks could probably be sitting in the end right now, but you didn't do it when you had the chance.
Because it was me, Jane and Marvin together.
Tanner. I thought you were making moves, but you were more so just floating through the game. And, good old Brittany said, floaters grab a life vest. And I think you failed to grab a life vest until 4th place. And when that 4th place hit, I think it was a little rough on you. And I'm sorry, friend, but 4th place isn't the worst. You could be first built like someone named Brett, but we won't talk about that any further.
I did prove those people wrong. They thought I was they thought I would be a flop, but I was not a flop.
Next we have LJ. LJ, maybe instead of interviewing yourself, you should interview Marvin and Lilith and figure out how to play a better game, because it kind of lacked, and you're in 3rd place. I always judge 3rd placers because, damn, doesn't it suck to waste I guess in this case, a month of your life just to get 3rd place? And damn, it kind of burns. It kind of feels really bad. Anyways, I love you, LJ, and it's all jokes, you know it. But I had to say something cocky to you because I suck worse than you. And I probably should be interviewing Marvin and Lilith as well instead of myself. But here we are. Life goes on. Marvin. There's a or I don't know what it's called or what it is, but there's a place called, it's something on a Monopoly board, Marvin Gardens. And, it's something I long for and I try to buy every time I play Monopoly. However, you're not a gameplay I would buy. Your gameplay is kind of low and not great. That social skill, man, it's kind of scary. Or maybe non-existent is the word I'm looking for. How many people talked to Marvin? Maybe 3 of you? If that's kind of shitty. But anyways, if Marvin didn't talk to you in the game, no worries. Marvin is a great human, and you should try to build a connection with Marvin outside of this game because we do love Marvin. And his social skills outside of games are perfect. Marvelous. Ask Cody. Moving on.
What?
Sorry, that killed my damn. I kind of
See, we roasted the host and now they're roasting us.
And next we have Lilith. And I would roast Lilith, but it's Lilith. Like, I'm not getting punched in the mouth like Rocks did. Sorry. So Lilith, great game, good job, and I'm so proud of the winner you are. Wear that crown, wear that tiara, wear whatever the fuck you want, bitch, because you're the winner and I'm not. For now, from outside the Impulse House, I am your lovely, outrageous, crazy host. I will see you for season 9, but for now, we're done. From outside the Impulse House, I'm your host. What, Marvin?
You're not
Say
even
it.
going to promote season 9? Hello?
Okay, so sorry. Let me promote some things real fast. Applications for the LRG, don't even try to apply. They close in 2 days. Okay, thank you. Don't give us more work. We already have to cut enough people.
I was going to play, but I can't now. I'm broke.
I felt that, Tanner.
If I laughed at that, I shouldn't laugh at that. I feel bad now. I'm sorry, Tanner. I love you.
Shawty's laughing at himself.
Someday I'll play the LRG though.
Are you ever gonna have the 4? Oh, okay, I'll stop. Anyways, Impulse season 9 applications are open. You can apply. It'll be at the end of April 23rd to be exact. We hope to see you there. The production team is going to feature a new little facey face, and it just so happens to be the winner of this season, Miss or Mrs. or I don't what
King Queen. King and Queen.
Mix Lilith will be there, and we are so excited to see them shine so bright and look beautiful on our Farad team. Anyways, so yeah. I could go on for hours and hours about things that we could talk about. Anyways, from outside the Impulse House, I am your host, Julie Chen, without The motherfucking moon
Motherfucking
buzz.
moon
Good night,
buzz.
everyone. Stay safe.